Okay, ready? Hey everybody, it's me.
And me.
And what?
Oh no, we're gonna start for real. Okay. Welcome to ABA Inside Track, the podcast that's like reading in your car, but safer. I'm your host, Robert Perry Cruz, and with me are my fabulous singing co-hosts,
Diana.
And Jackie.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Welcome to the show.
Hello, Rob.
Thank you.
So good to see you.
Hello, Diana.
Hello, Jackie.
So, for those of you new to the show, or who just forgot about watching the show or something, we are a podcast where we talk about the research related to applied behavior analysis. And in between our full episodes, where we talk about research on a given topic, we do these little preview episodes to let you know what we're going to be reading for next week, so you can read the articles or check out the research, and then we go over some other little tidbits of whatnots. So why don't we just start with what we're going to be doing next week? Next week, we're going to be doing an episode on technology, specifically technology related to behavioral skills training.
Cool.
Yeah, we actually have a special guest coming into the studio.
An awesome guest.
Yes.
Very exciting.
We have Dr. Nicholas Vanselow. For those of you who have not read his work or don't know him personally, if you've been to a conference in the New England area, or actually not just the New England area,
Round the
world, if you have used the CEU Helper app, you've used something created by Dr. Nick Vanselow.
It's pretty awesome.
He's going to be here telling us the secrets of app develop. No, not really. A program we put together for social skills training. So we talked to Nick, or we're going to be talking to Nick, and the article we talked about was his article. It was an evaluation of computerized behavioral skills training to teach safety skills to young children by Dr. Vanselow and Greg Hanley. And that's from Journal of Applied Behavior Analysis, 2014. So that is the article we'll be discussing, and we really just have the one because when we have an author on, we usually just talk about their one article in as much detail as possible. So I know one of the things we like to do when we actually can have an author on, and it's not just us, is ask some really in-depth questions. So if you just hard-hitting questions,
we get real deep.
We want our guests to feel uncomfortable,
right.
like we're their dissertation committee again, flashbacks of that. We really don't ever want them to want to come back on, is the goal.
That's why we don't videotape it, because everyone's sweating by the end.
I know, bright lights, sweat.
So
it was great to have him.
So since we're going to be going into a lot of detail, we do try to go over the article, but if you listen to our show usually just to hear kind of a summary of some articles so you can keep up to date, we always try to do that, but we'll probably go into a little more depth. So if you have time to read the article, we really recommend that you do. I think it'll be a lot easier to follow along, and you'll get a lot more out of the episode that way.
And you can also listen to us all fangirl Nick as he talks.
Totally.
We're like, wow, you did all of that work, wow. Even Rob fangirl.
I have a lot of good questions. I like technology questions. I'm a big technology fan.
Yeah, and there's definitely more to say about technology than we can cover in one episode.
Absolutely.
There could probably be a whole podcast just on technology and behavior analysis, I would think.
Absolutely.
So for me, when I was thinking about technology, I felt like it broke down into 3 areas.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least, there's probably more.
Right.
But you could really think about technology applied to ABA as far as measurement of behavior. So, changes that we've seen with how well you can measure behavior using technology. Actually using technology to produce behavior change over time. And then applying technology to how we how we report and analyze data.
Yeah.
And there's probably others I didn't think about. But those are the things that came to my mind when I started to think about technology. So this is just one article talking about how you might use technology to produce behavior change.
Right.
But maybe there's some future other topics there that we could also revisit down the road. Yeah. It's such an interesting area.
It is. And, the purpose of technology is to make your life easier and to make the data more clear for you to interpret. So I think
I thought it was to make me look cool.
Also, to make you specifically look cool.
That's right, because
what?
I got my big old phone. Makes me so cool.
The 7... We'll go first.
Sometimes I wish it was bigger.
Really? The 7's actually going to be smaller. I can't wait. I hate my bigness.
The big phones?
Yeah. It's 7.
Smaller than that?
Smaller than this.
Depends on what you're doing, I think, with the phone.
Who knows? We could go back to Zach Morris' time. Saved by the Bell.
I mean, I never talk on it. It is ridiculous to talk on it.
It's
like
ridiculous.
This. Yeah.
Flipping the phone. What? Mr. Belding?
No, it doesn't even fit in my pocket.
Right.
It is ridiculous.
Oh, but we also learned other technology that Nick talked about that he didn't necessarily create, but he bought on Amazon, about a hidden camera in his watch. So listen to that, because that's amazing. I was really impressed by that.
You were.
I have secret stalker tendencies, and I think this would really fit well for my life.
You just record people all day long.
Yeah, but
that'd be good.
That would be so boring to go back in.
Right? But yeah, so it's a really cool topic, and the article's awesome. And Nick spent years working on one program for this one study.
Yeah.
Dedication.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
So that'll be our full episode for next week. Oh, I gotta fix my microphone. It keeps falling. Okay. Data. If you are watching this, you get to see microphone fixing action.
What?
If you're just listening, I'm going to edit that out, so sorry. You see behind the curtain, like the wizard. It's from the Wizard of Oz.
Oh!
Not from Saved by the Bell.
You just saw my blank stare?
So that'll be the article and the episode for next week. So with the rest of our episode, we're going to move into some errata, which Diana always wants to remind everyone at home means things that are wrong, but we just kind of like the term. And originally we thought we'd say more wrong things, but very few people email us to tell us how dumb we are, so we just turned it into the general information section.
Turns out Rob's really good at editing. I think that really is where it all stems from.
It could be.
We have about a 10-hour episode, and I cut it down to about an hour 20.
And the rest of it's Jaggy being dumb.
We still get some Anna Green Gables references.
Right. No. By the way, a little plug. In 2017, there is a new Netflix series coming out with 9 episodes of Anne of Green Gables. What?
Wait, it's Anne of Green Gables?
Yeah.
Like a remake of Anne of Green Gables?
Starring?
I am starring in the role of Anne Shirley, spelled A-N-N-E.
Will Megan Fallows be cameoing? Have you heard anything?
Man, I hope so. She was on a Lifetime movie just recently. She was like a
No, my Gables.
No. That's awesome.
See, when you said 2017, I was like, oh, it's so far away, it's not.
No,
that's
it's
really
really soon.
Crazy.
So check that out. So after, I keep hitting my microphone. After Thanksgiving, when you watch the Gilmore Girls reunion, then you can just wait a little bit, and in 2017, Anne of Green Gables come out. So the world of Girl is set for a while.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah.
Excellent. So other errata we had?
Oh yeah, I did. I had a message that I wanted to review.
Yes.
That sounds good to you
guys?
That sounds good
to us.
Excellent. So we had listener Jillian write in referencing way back to episode 1, which I think does possibly remain our most popular episode.
I think a lot of people like to start at 1 though, so it's a bit of a skewed value.
That's fair. So episode 1 was our infant behavior episode.
I haven't listened to that one in a long time.
I have.
Is it still? Does it hold up? Is it like, all right, this sounds pretty good?
It's still pretty good. I realize that I repeat myself a lot in it. I do not have children, if anyone needs to know. If you haven't heard episode 1, that is the main take-home point.
Yes. But
what did Jillian say?
Well, during the course of that episode, we had talked about how we felt that there should be more message from the hospital when parents take babies home about crying that may occur and what they should do. So Jillian wrote in to let us know that when she took her baby home from the hospital, they gave her a DVD to watch.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Was it Memento? That's a great DVD.
That was the best dad joke you've done in a while.
Come back.
There isn't one.
But it's a great movie.
But anyway.
You may wish that you had amnesia, referring to your child's first 6 weeks.
To some extent, you will.
Yeah, right. No, but I thought this was cool. And there's a link to it online, too, so maybe we can post it. Is that possible? Okay.
Thanks,
just checking.
Rob.
I could, yeah. You have to send it to me. But
I'm so good at being a computer person. He can post things.
All right, excellent. So let me tell you what it's called. So The whole concept here is called the period of purple crying, and it's an acronym.
Oh.
Yes. So I will tell you what all of the letters stand for. So the first P stands for peak of crying, which means your baby may cry a little more each week.
Sounds horrible.
I'm sorry, it's very tiny.
Even on the big phone, it's still tiny.
It's still so tiny. Here we go. Okay. The most in month 2, then less in months 3 to 5. The U stands for unexpected. Crying can come and go, and you don't know why. The R stands for resist soothing. So your baby may not stop crying no matter what you try. P stands for pain-like face. A crying baby may look like they are in pain, even if they are not actually in pain.
Like that.
L stands for long-lasting. Crying can last as much as 5 hours a day.
My God.
Not consecutive.
Or
okay.
Not consecutive 5 hours.
Like, wow.
Do it. Yeah. And then E, finally, stands for evening. So your baby may cry more in the late afternoon or evening. I have always found that to be very true.
Because they hate you and they don't want you to go to sleep.
That may be the case. And then they call it the period of purple crying because they want everyone to remember that the crying has a beginning and an end. So it will not last in
the eternity of purple crying.
Just month 2.
Babies
through 5.
will cry for
2 through 5.
Yes.
Well, it really depends. But what the whole point here is that it's better to have parents informed about this than not informed.
Right.
So this period of purple crying is part of a baby's normal, typical development. This too shall pass. These are the things you could expect to see. None of these are intended to be alarming. It's really just a period of time that you have to get through. And I don't know, they probably give additional tips on put your baby down and walk away, take breaks as needed, and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. But I thought this was really cool.
I do too. And thanks, Jillian. That's really helpful.
Thank you very much, Jillian.
Yeah. So we'll get that posted.
Yep.
Somehow. Yeah.
You will email it to me and I'll take it away from there.
Okay, we'll do.
Cool. I think that was... Oh, no, yes, I forgot. We wanted to talk about technology a little bit more in preparation because that's what we're talking about next week. So it is when you're listening, watching, whatever you're doing with our episode here, you are probably getting ready to go back to school. You're probably already back in school if you're here in America.
2 weeks. You've been back to school at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, I get. Well, Labor Day is just kind of passed, not too long ago, so you're still getting in the swing of things.
Yeah, but southern schools, they start at the beginning of August.
So you might have been working for weeks and weeks. So who cares?
But anyway.
But regardless, let's just let's pretend. Let's go back in time in our minds to when we were about to start the school year. And one of the things I like to do when I'm getting ready to start a new school year, whenever it may be, is kind of take stock of what are the things that I want to do better this year as a professional, and how am I going to do them? Number one is I'm going to spend more time on every case, and that's impossible because you get more cases than there is time in a day, so that one never quite goes as well as I'd like. I'm going to have more time for staff training, and again, that never quite goes as well as I like. But there are some things I can do to help make my year a little more organized or a little more efficient. A lot of times those relate to technology. So I wanted to ask you guys, what are some kind of back to school or back in the routine technologies that you like or you count on?
Okay, I'm going to start. All right. The first thing I like doing is cleaning my desktop off on my computer. So I get so much joy from this. So I have all of these Microsoft Word documents and PDFs. I'm like, this is an interesting article, but I never read it or did anything with it. So what I love to do is go through my desktop and organize my desktop so there are only folders and a picture of my dog Barnaby and nothing else. So that's the first thing I do. Because then I feel like I'm starting the semester, and as is my case, with a clean slate, so I can fill up the desktop again and know where everything is.
Nice.
So I like to do that. I also, because I'm a professor, I use Moodle for my classes, and it's required at my university to use it, but I actually love it because it's like a little filing cabinet. I put literally everything in it, and then I hide things that I don't want the students to see. But then year after year, I'll...
Nasty comments about the worst students in your class.
Maybe I want them to read this next year, but I don't want them to see it this year, so I hide that article. But then...
Oh, I never use it that way.
Yeah, it's like awesome.
Yeah.
So then each class, you can actually go in and go to import and import the different classes. So then I feel like if I've taught the class once, I at least have an outline of what this class is going to look like for the next semester whenever I teach it again. And I feel like instantly better that I don't have to go and search for like 27 articles for that. So I love that. And I just think it keeps me... Oh gosh, sorry. I had a real big itch. Keeps me organized. I also love to use Microsoft Outlook for all of my daily planning needs. But then I also write it in a planner, which is funny. So I actually use Outlook, but I like to cross things off in the planner at the end of the day. It's not as satisfying in Outlook.
Right.
Because you just hit that button and then it goes away.
Yeah.
I feel so sad about that.
Do you use the sticky notes feature?
I do. Yeah. I use that too, and I delete them, but then they're gone.
Yeah, that's true.
And I like to see like, oh yeah, look at all those things I crossed off. The gone is, satisfying, but it's not as satisfying as like looking at your planner and being like, there are a lot of lines in here. You dropped it. So I do both.
Okay. I like the sticky notes because it just stays there.
Yeah.
Until you do it.
Sometimes
if I write it
sad,
in my
though.
book, then I won't. Sometimes if I turn the page, then it's like gone. Whatever.
And on my iPhone, I really love the reminders feature. So instead of using it as a reminders, I make lists for each day.
Okay.
And I use this plus. So here's it says like Thursday. Obviously, I did not do well last week.
It's okay. It's okay.
But so if you can see,
some days are like that.
And then I do it by day. So at the beginning on Sunday night, I will like write down what I want to accomplish each day for the week, and make it realistic. So
what was that?
It's called the reminders.
It's just part of iOS.
That. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Oh,
nice.
Cool.
Yeah, it doesn't save it, but here, let's say I have one like for Thursday, Friday, things to keep, big things.
Nice.
Big things are things that I need to be doing, like my area paper, my wedding book.
You did those. Those are done.
They're not. I haven't like published my area paper. I have not made a wedding book yet.
Oh, okay.
They're big things.
You've been married for some time now,
I know, like 4 years. They're big things that I need to do. Yeah. Things that make me happy in case I'm sad.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's nice.
That's what I put all here, and you can put a lot of them. But that's been really helpful for me.
Did you have that book, 1,000 Things to Be Happy About?
Yeah, I do actually.
I have it too.
It's nice.
It's
you guys should all buy it.
Yeah, it's old now. It's from like 1990.
Yeah, and it was white and tiny.
Yeah.
And it had a little happy face guy in the front.
I probably have it right now. I could go get it. But some lady just wrote down everything that made her happy. 1,000 things.
Yeah.
But it would be like robin's egg blue wall paint.
When a friend calls you out of the blue.
Yeah.
That was one of them.
The smell of icing on top of cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
Like super specific.
So I put it in my phone. So
that's a good idea.
If I feel sad, I just can take the glimpse and be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. How about you, Dinah?
I forgot the question.
Technology. What technology do you use to kind of get ready for a new year?
Well, a big part of my year is staff training. So this year I took a new approach that I am, of course, going to have to wait to see how it pans out.
Take data.
Yeah, data. But we have, new teachers who are joining my team, and there's some really specific things that I need to teach them about how we work with young children with autism. So what I did this year was I did a Camtasia recording of myself giving a PowerPoint presentation on like the basics of what EIBI is and how we would want it to look in the home. So I have that recorded, and then I made another PowerPoint in which I had links to videos of samples of different aspects of EIBI that I was looking for. And then I had another PowerPoint which focused on, this one was more basic, but it was the types of social reinforcers that we use, and links to YouTube videos of examples of people like playing with their kids and doing like Trot Trot to Boston and
Fun.
Round and Round Goes the Teddy Bear, like all the little things that you might not know or remember if you're a 24-year-old and haven't had children.
Mm-hmm.
So I put all that together in like a little package and sent it out to everyone and told them to do that as a self-study. And then that way when I had time with them, I was able to talk about other issues. So
Great.
I'm going to have to wait and see how that pans out. But
Are you going to have a role play feature?
we do a lot of co-teaching.
Oh, okay. So, yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, Camtasia is a good, if you, it's a good screen recorder. It's a good way to import. It slides into PowerPoint to make little movies. Some people like I think Adobe Premiere, or there's a similar product. If you just want to make movies, though, Camtasia, I was researching this, is very, very good. And not, if you're a teacher, not too expensive. I think it's like $180 or something.
It's
along
easy.
those lines.
You can edit, you can add audio in,
Yeah.
you can like mesh 2 videos together.
Yeah, it's very simple to use. I know I've done similar things for a lot of my training, like videos. They have one on, on ethics, and I find when I do the lecture, even if it's something simple like discrete trial training, I'd be like, here's my lecture. It's like 15 slides. It's not much to, I just go over the parts and then we're going to role play. And I'll just go off on a tangent because I've given the training so many times. I'm trying to entertain myself. And I said, this is a stupid waste of time.
Yeah.
This 10-minute lecture is an hour long.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, we're out of time and no one's going to let you come back for training. So I hope you understand what to do from what I told you. And I found if I just recorded it, it's like, hey, this is 20 minutes. When you get 20 minutes, you tell the teachers,
Yeah.
give your staff 20 minutes to watch this, and then we can just do the behavior skills training about it.
That's
It's
awesome.
been very fast. So Camtasia, really, that's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
I'm hoping at some point in my life to be able to record all my lectures
Mm-hmm.
and then post them up on Moodle so that people can watch them later.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea.
But
Just do it this. Get a student who wants extra credit to do the camera, be the camera operator, and just record the class.
yeah,
And then you just upload them.
I could, but I'd have to edit them too. Because sometimes
Not really.
I don't mean to, but sometimes I do. And I wouldn't want that in permanent product forever.
Well, just make sure that this is the year that you go
This is
swear
the year
free.
Swear free, yeah. This
Oh.
is a swear-free zone, Jackie.
You managed not to swear on the podcast.
I think Rob edits it out.
Yeah, sometimes it gets a little blue.
Yeah.
Blue on the show. All right. Well, thank you guys for sharing those
Yeah.
technology thoughts to start the year off.
Thanks, Rob.
If you, of course. If you or anyone listening at home, if you want to help out, why don't you post on the Facebook page? Or, you can email us too, but you can post on our Facebook page. What do you do to get ready for this new school year, new technology? Because honestly, you could sit and try to Google new technology, but dear God, is it so much easier when you just have a pool of people
Right.
willing to say, hey, you should try blank. Which I guess brings us to the end of the show and our what
Our
word?
end of the
What
show.
word am I trying to say? and our social media places. So thanks to everyone for listening in or watching this episode. Thanks Jackie and Diana for being here.
Thanks, Rob.
Sure.
So if you want to find us online, like I said, you can go pretty much everywhere we're ABA Inside Track. We have a Facebook page, and some people have actually been sharing some upcoming events on there, which I didn't know you could do on Facebook and thought was kind of cool.
Really?
Yeah, off to the side, people can post. One of our former guests, Dr. Kelly, posted something. There was an event coming up. I think it was a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I did not know you could just sort of share things on there.
Cool.
That was pretty cool.
Wow. Thanks, Dr.
They're
Kelly.
always changing.
Yeah. So you can feel free to either message us there or, hey, share what you got for everyone to see. Just we have a posting for each of these episodes that goes up. We have a little post. Put something under there. What is it? What do I do when I get back to school? Here's a technology I like to use. Could be low tech too. I get binder clips. Those are the best. I don't know what you do with them, but hey.
Weekly meal planners.
Yep, that was another one
That was
we were
one
talking about
Diana
earlier.
uses.
Yeah, I really do use that.
It's good. It's helpful. The kids love it because they know what they get to
Yeah, they
not
like to
eat for
see
dinner.
what they're gonna reject for dinner.
So that's where we are. You can email us at ABA Inside Track. I forgot one thing, one bit of news. So I don't know a lot about how many podcasts you were supposed to have downloaded or shared, but I was looking at it the other day, and by the time this goes up, so we're a little bit ahead of schedule. By the time this goes up, we'll have hit 10,000. I think it's unique downloads, which means we've had of all of our episodes, not 10,000 different people, but there have been 10,000 downloads of the episode. So I don't think they're counting the person who listened and said, I hate this, and deleted it, then gave us another chance, still hated it, deleted it, tried one more time. I don't think they're counting that.
I still like that person because they keep giving us chances. Thanks, person.
So we were, I think if you're a serial or a big name podcast, you probably get 10,000 downloads the first 5 minutes of the latest episode. But for people who are posting in our dining room, I think
what are you talking about? Am I not in a studio?
I was pretty proud of that number. So
yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
So thank you
Thanks
everyone so much for listening, for posting, for emailing, for purchasing CEs so we could buy these cool microphones.
So I can hide my face.
They can hide. Jackie can hide under there too. So thank you very much. We really, really appreciate it. It means a heck of a lot to us when people say, "Hey, I listened to your show." You know, even if you just say, "Hey, I listened to your show," make a down thumb. We'd still be, "Wow, that's great. Thank you. I'm so amazed that you did."
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
And if you can figure out how to rate us on iTunes.
People have figured that out. We have not, but other people
I did.
have.
Well, we appreciate that as well.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Or when people, if you email us, writing something nice at the bottom. Oh, and it's always nice. We really, really appreciate it. We're not jaded. We're not jaded. Or you can come up to us if you ever see us and say, "Oh, you were on that show," and we won't be like, "Ugh, I'm with my family. I'm with my family. Please, no autographs."
I don't have a family, so I'm just
so
kidding.
bother Jaggy all you want.
I know, I'm just kidding. But I did want to say that I was like super happy and thrilled when someone messaged me on LinkedIn and asked me if I was the Jackie McDonald from the Inside Track. Literally, I jumped up and down and immediately called Rob and Diana, and I was like, "I'm sorry, I know this is like critical child time." It was like in the middle of your routine of something. And they answered because they're good friends. And I was like, "I know you're really busy, but guess what happened?" So we still like that.
You made it. You've made it.
I've made LinkedIn history.
It's
right.
amazing.
So thanks. That was like real amazing.
Nobody's mentioned that I do this podcast anyway, so
You know.
So you could. It'd be nice. I appreciate.
Yeah.
Not doing it for attention. I just just throwing it out there.
But see us, talk to us.
You
We
just
really
like
like
wearing
it.
those headphones.
Yeah.
No, that isn't even actually hooked up to anything, guys.
We don't have headphones on.
We make little radio programs for ourselves.
But anyway, thanks, guys.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I think you listen to the show from the tangents that we go on. They're good.
It's possible. All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching or listening. If you are only listening to the podcast, you can check us out on YouTube now, so you can watch us hit our microphone and swear and everything that I will edit out of the audio version.
Yeah, because she doesn't edit these.
No, I tried once and it was a pain, so I said, forget it. Let's just not make it that bad.
Uncut.
And then we lied and we made it really bad just for funsies. So everyone will be back next week for a full episode on technology for teaching social skills, specifically safety skills.
Right.
The social skill of safety skills. For everyone else out there, which I already said, I think. So everyone, thank you again so much. We're back next week, and until then, keep responding. Bye. Goodbye.